Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do our reading for Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. You may have planets in the sign of Scorpio. Some of you are intuitively guided to the channel, to the reading. Whatever brought you, welcome. This is going to be for November 2021. The remember time is fluid. I just feel like it'll find you at the right time. You'll find it at the right time. Just one quick announcement. I am going to do a holiday sale starting immediately, and I think I'll take it till the end of November. Maybe longer, we'll see. But so $30 off any personal readings. I do want to say though, you have to give me time. It can take a month, it could take 2 months, hopefully not that long, but when I do holiday sales, I do get a lot of readings, so, but I love reading for you on the holidays. So $30 off, and then just in your PayPal link, when you make the payment, just put holiday sale. So I know exactly what it's for. I'd appreciate it. Okay, guys, let's get into your reading. So we're going to start with our Mother Mary Oracle deck. Let's go ahead and give it a shuffle. You guys know my cards are always pre-shuffled. But I like to shuffle them with you here also. Let's give them a cut. Kind of feel like that's what's meant to be. We're going to take it. And we have home. Wow, speaking of the holidays, right? Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. We will read this at the end of the reading. Just trust me. It's always so profound at the end of the reading. I used to do it at the beginning, but I feel like, it's like giving Mother Mary the last word is just feels perfect in the reading. This month we are bringing back our major arcanas. We're using these just for like bullet points. We'll take 3 or 4, whatever wants to come out. They may be a short story in their own. I just love adding them to your reading though. So they're just major arcanas. Give them a cut. And let's begin. Unfortunately, I do not remember the name of this deck. One of my oldest decks. And, when I get a deck of cards, I take them out of the box. I don't store them in the box after... once I open them up, I usually put them in here or on my table. Hence why I forget the name. Okay. Just too many came out. Okay, see what we have. We have the Strength card. Cardelia. We're not really looking at these as people though, but let's mention it. Cardelia. We have Temperance. I always love when Temperance shows up in a reading. Card of Sagittarius, by the way. This is about divine timing. And then we have the Hangman. Interesting. It's almost like Temperance is putting a hold on something that maybe you want to move forward in. Almost like it's not quite time yet. Maybe, let's talk about the Strength card, because the Strength card is, learning to tame the beast within ourselves. Learning, and what do I mean by that? I mean that as we go through experiences, we're not really meant to hang on to, if it was painful, the pain of it, but we are meant to extract the wisdom. As we do that, we just become stronger and stronger within ourselves. So this is about an inner strength. She's taming the lion, the king of the jungle, right? They're like becoming one. They're balanced. So Temperance seems to have a little bit of timing issue with moving something forward at this very moment. I almost feel like there's a sign that maybe is coming to someone that, or let me put it a different way. I feel like what it's saying is signs will be sent to you when it's time to move into something. So let's keep those in mind, and let's use, let's use the Light Seers Tarot. Give her a couple shuffles. This deck has definitely turned out to be one of my favorite decks. It's a very positive deck, I find. Okay. Let's get into the spread with the Light Seers. So Scorpio, what do you need to know? What's going on? I apologize, somebody is cutting their grass. I swear like someone's always cutting their grass around here, and these are gigantic lots, so. We have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles reminds me of home. It's about a foundation. Interesting, we have the Four of Swords. 2 fours right away. Four of Swords is the healing process. So, there's definitely something that you're overcoming, that you're healing from. And Temperance, it's almost like Temperance is saying, I don't want you to move out of this energy until you feel healed, until you feel strong enough, maybe to take something on. We have the Fool. Look at that, under the Hangman. That's pretty interesting. Maybe I need to ask myself a question. I want to move forward in something, but am I ready to move forward in something? Have I healed that of the past? Have I allowed myself to become stronger because of it? Am I allowing divine energy? Divine energy is there whether you want it or not, but are you open to receiving it? The Fool would tell me yes. The Fool tells me that you're ready, that the energy of the past should be free and clear. Now, again, don't shoot for perfection. I'm not saying that everything of your past is now gone, but no, you better know how to handle it now. If you're faced with the situation that you had been through, when you extract the wisdom from that, and then faced with it again, you'll see it. It'll be, you'll know it. The Fool doesn't want you to take a chance. Almost like I'm going out on a limb for myself, for someone else. You guys know when I say me, I mean you, right? I'm just allowing myself to be you. We have the Two of Wands. Wow. That feels like, that definitely feels like movement. Okay. We have the Page of Cups. We have Judgment, Rebirth, Call to Attention, Present Moment. This is your spiritual team. It's like you're covered. You're definitely covered spiritually. You know, I also feel like, yeah, I got to be careful that I don't stay in this healing process too long, longer than needed. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, first thing it teaches us is patience, as does temperance, patience. All good things come to those who wait. Seven of Pentacles is about your seed of intention. This is something that your soul, let's say an experience, a path that your soul really wanted to take in this lifetime. I feel like, you know, patience has been needed, but now it feels like we're getting more into current energy. We have the Knight of Wands. We have, well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is about something that's coming into your physical world. You know, it feels like a blessing that's coming into your, let me bring this down a little bit, that's coming into your physical world. But it's tangible. We have the Three of Cups, so this is something that's going to give you reason to celebrate. And then we have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess right below the Seven of Pentacles and below the Fool, below the Hangman. So this definitely feels to me like this Ace of Pentacles is coming toward you. This is something that's coming into your life after a period of overcoming. It's like a transition period between the last journey and now the next journey. It's just something clearly I feel like your soul really wants to have. And, you know, I feel like it is going to take you taking a chance in it, saying yes to it. Your intuition, though, is at least when we get down here, is very connected, kind of like on fire. It's like whatever this ace is bringing to you, I feel like there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to feel that something was meant to be. It doesn't mean it has to be, but again, like my soul's request, honoring my soul's request for one of these seeds that are coming out. Boom, here it is. Judgment is saying, I need you in the present moment to accept this. Four of Swords to me has been a time out, a time period. Temperance controlling that, right? I don't want you to move too quickly, but I also don't want you to get stuck, you know, like stuck in the drama. Five of Swords. Five of Swords, you know, first of all, it's a 5, and we are getting near the end of our universal year 5. And 5 talks about change. The change is for freedom. It's a sense of freedom. Now, it doesn't mean I'm freeing myself from everybody, that type of thing. Maybe you are. But what it really talks about is finding this freedom within yourself, right? The ability to know that, you know, first of all, in the Five of Swords, there's toxicity around you. Normally in people, you know, things that they say, things that they do, the limitations they try to put upon you, all that. Your job in that energy is to see it and decide, am I going to allow it or am I not going to take it on? I feel like maybe it had been taken on for a while, and this is what the healing process is about. You know, it's almost like people breaking me down. But the truth of the matter is, I needed to find my inner strength to start with. So these people breaking me down, I hate to say it's meant to be, but maybe it is, so you can, you know, I feel like there's a beautiful mix here of this earthly life with your spirituality. It's like divine has you covered no matter which direction I look. I don't fear this ace because with this ace brings me joy and a reason to celebrate, whether I'm celebrating with others or just celebrating myself. You know, I almost feel like you're celebrating with your spiritual team also. Because when temperance is here, that means the signs will be sent, no doubt. The hangman is seeking wisdom, right? He's seeking wisdom before his next step, but in the same breath, he kind of feels tied to a situation. It's probably that Five of Swords. So, maybe nobody can free you but you. But once you do, look at what starts to open up. The Fool moving into the Two of Wands. This tells me that this Fool is starting a journey of wands. That means of desire, of passion, my dreams, right? I'm following, just like here, I trust and follow my divine guidance. This is what we're receiving in that Two of Wands. The Knight of Wands can be chaotic energy, but I also feel is very free, loving energy. This is someone who doesn't sit and think for a long period of time. This is someone who's going to move into the action. She's like, what's that saying? The beat of my own drum. The beat of my own drum. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Interesting, right? The Hangman. It's underneath that. Look at that. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is the energy of feeling like I've been thrown out in the cold, but the Hangman seems to be putting a hold on that. Okay, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's just dig into this. I feel like there's someone out there, interesting, I just saw the Four of Wands, another four, but I feel like there's someone out there who feels like, I'm not receiving the healing that I'm asking for. Then I feel like what you're being told here is when you when you lay down in your bed at night and you close your eyes, ask for the healing while you're sleeping. Like, allow the healing to take place, whether it be the heart, the mind, the body, the soul, or all. I feel like that's important for some because it may be like there's some chaotic energy, no doubt. But I don't know. I feel like there's always chaotic energy around. So taking that moment, that time out during the day almost feels impossible. So if that's the case, then this is saying at night, ask for the healing. Pray, talk. Let it out. Be open, be honest, and ask for the healing and then open yourself up to it. And I feel like as you sleep, this is when your healing process is taking place. All right, let's start at the beginning. Let's look at this Four of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. To me, the Knight of Pentacles is your guardian angel who's delivering this ace to you. We open this part with the Knight coming in, right? The Knight is another measure of time, slow moving, but it's an energy we can trust in. I feel like it's the most loyal of all, right? Because this Knight of Wands can be, though it's bringing in passion and desire, it can also bring in a little chaos with it. Where this Knight, I feel like, is really bringing you something that's going to help you feel grounded within your life. Whatever that may be, and it can be over your very home. It's interesting because my daughter is a Scorpio. Many of you know that. October 29th. So is my brother, by the way, since I'm shouting out names. My brother Sean, who is November 6th. But my daughter is dealing with the situation at a home that her and her children are in. She was renting and her landlord passed away, and now the children want to sell it. So she's worried that she's going to be thrown out into the cold. So we've both been praying hard over it that some type of solution will come. And that's kind of what I feel like. I'm not saying that, some kind of a miracle is going to come for her. I hope so. But I understand what this is saying. Like this Knight of Pentacles is bringing something in that, I don't know. I just feel ultimately, it feels like ultimately it takes all that chaos or all that chaotic energy and it helps to ground it. It is, I always feel it's a promise that it will come in. It's funny because he's looking right back at home. We have the Three of Swords over the Four of Swords, which makes perfect sense, right? Three of Swords is the heartache, the heartbreak, can be of a situation. It can be of all the heartaches in my life, learning to heal all of that. You have it here. This Three of Swords, for some reason, it's making me feel like it's hitting my nerves. Like it's making my nerves respond. It's very charged, almost. But the Four of Swords, again, is the healing over that. And Temperance is controlling that. So something has to heal within your life, within yourself, honestly. We have the Seven of Wands. And then look at this. We have another ace. Another Ace of Pentacles. Wow. Two of Wands. This is where I'm looking out into the future. And I'm thinking of all the possibilities. I'm thinking of all that could be. What I'm thinking about, I'm bringing about. And boom, here is this ace. It's interesting because over the Fool is Seven of Wands. And that's an energy where there does feel like there's a lot of defending of oneself, right? Defending of my actions, defending of, of myself. Next to that Three of Swords, interesting because I feel like that's what has to be healed. It's like that Seven of Wands, which again, it can be aggressive energy. Sometimes I feel like we got to learn which battles are worth fighting and which ones just aren't. Which ones are just fluff. Fluff in our life. Nothing more, nothing less. Because this, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it can continue forward. Now, what you learn out of the Seven of Wands, really, I feel like if it doesn't go into an ego place, is, empathy and compassion for others. Sometimes I feel like this is many helping the underdog in some way. So don't be surprised if like an opportunity shows up for you where you yourself are helping those in some way where they cannot defend themselves. I feel like God uses us in that way. Our experiences are great teachers. Okay, but another ace. Also touching that Hangman. I feel aces are like, they feel like blessings. This can be the money comes in that I need, that type of thing. Something comes in that allows me to start this a new path. Something, again, that I feel you are very passionate about. We have the Page of Swords coming over the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups can be a younger version of yourself. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Can be of an earlier time. Its real meaning, though, is about learning to love oneself first and foremost, especially sitting next to Judgment. Learning that I'm stronger than my trials and tribulations, that I can overcome them. Sometimes I gotta roll with the changes, roll with the punches. The Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if it's younger energy, you know, we have water and air, potentially of younger energy. But the Page of Swords is where you're learning your voice. You're learning your the authentic part of you. Um, you know, it's still Page, so it's still, you know, it's like learning how to speak up for myself. With, you know, with cups under that, without a battle. It's not battling type energy. It's just, you know, learning not to lose my voice. And I feel like more than learning not to lose my voice, I feel like you're gaining your voice. We have the Nine of Wands. And then we have the Tower. Okay. First of all, I feel like if this Tower is something that has not come yet, I don't know. Do I want to say it in that way? Let's back up for a second. Let's look at Judgment with the Nine of Wands over it. So what is your spiritual team trying to say to you? They're trying to say to you that you're a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. The Nine of Wands is looking at my life in an aspect of all that I've been through, but all that I have gone through, and what's the word I'm looking for? You know, in the Nine of Wands, you're worn and torn, but the spiritual strength that you have gained through this physical journey is so important. You know, it's saying, it's like your God just saying you're stronger than any element that you're being faced with. You're stronger than that. You've been there. You know, if these aces are signs, you know, if you're receiving signs before they come in, then you definitely want to pay attention to that. Because I feel like in a way it's what helps you avoid these towers. You know, it's like your intuition is saying, taking this to a place of ego will not suit me, you know, will not help my cause, that type of thing. Like, yes, you definitely have the right to stand up for yourself, right? Learning to use your voice in a way that helps you grow, and doesn't, you know, you're not belittling anyone or yourself. This is the opportunity to truly grow within yourself, even though, you know, at this point you're feeling worn and torn. Um, but it's showing directly why, connecting to that Three of Swords. By the way, I feel like these aces again. So here I have this Three of Swords. Whatever, you know, and that doesn't always mean like, oh, somebody romantic, you know, like someone else romantically with broke my heart. No, I feel like this just talks about life, and many different aspects of life where, you know, our heart was affected, and allowing ourselves to heal that and not get stuck in it. Because ultimately, again, there's a reason to celebrate. So, let's keep going. We have the King of Cups. So, again, can be you, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, another Scorpio, of course. You know, the King of Cups is really the one who expresses love probably better than any of the other kings. This is someone, when they're in the upright, you know, is open to receiving, not closed off to receiving. We have the Chariot. Wow, okay. Card of Cancer. But it's coming over this ace, the Ace of Pentacles. So this Ace of Pentacles is giving you the opportunity to use this Chariot to take this chariot wherever it is that you see fit, right? And I feel like that goes the whole way back to this Two of Wands, right? Where I'm looking out at my future and, making future plans, and then the Ace is showing up to, help you along the way. Well, here's the Chariot now coming over this Ace of Pentacles. So here's the ability to take it. And I feel like, you don't really want to put a limit on where you can take the Chariot. The Chariot really is also mind control. Like you don't have to hold on to the reins to tell the horses which way to go. You just think it right. You think left, right? And they follow. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Look at this. We have the Queen of Cups. We do have the King and Queen of Cups now. This Queen is coming over the High Priestess. We have the Lovers. Card of Gemini. And with that is, again, the Four of Swords. Interesting, because the Lovers is coming between the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, though the Tower is also here. This can talk about a previous relationship where the Tower did happen. But, right away, the Four of Swords comes out too. So, and I feel like, if this is talking about a relationship, because it probably is at this point, I don't, right now, we're talking about a relationship between this King and Queen, with this type of connection of the Lovers. I feel like a Tower has happened. Why? Because there was toxicity in this relationship. However, here is the healing over that for both of these people in the Lovers energy. And I also feel like when I see the Queen of Pentacles, I think a couple things. First of all, I think, well, what's her specialty? Her specialty is to see the details that other people miss. Whether this is what you will now be doing in your life, like how you will be making your money. I often feel that she's a business owner. She's concerned with her earthly world, so to speak. She's holding this pentacle. She's holding it front and center. It's like she's handing it over to this queen. This can talk about some type of collaboration. I think I want to look at this queen a little bit deeper. The Queen of Pentacles. I have the Star, and I have the Moon. First of all, well, the Moon is a card of Pisces. The Star is a card of Aquarius. The Star is about your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. The Moon can put a shadow upon that, right? It can even be something that you do in the evening, and listen, it may be what it's talking about. Like, maybe I have a regular 9 to 5, but it's not fulfilling me. So this Queen of Pentacles, I feel, shows to show you like a special quality that you may have. And I feel like, if this is talking about business ownership or creating for yourself, right? So that you can have, first of all, we open your reading with the Four of Pentacles. That talks about your foundation, making your foundation as strong as possible. But being open to receiving, truly be open to receiving from the universe, from your guides to help you with any issues that you come across. But I feel in the same breath, being willing to move into, what you feel is next for you, and not second guessing it, right? Interesting how we had the Hangman twice, and then we had the Ace of Pentacles twice. I think I felt this earlier where, I may be working like, again, a regular 9 to 5, but there's still something I feel like something that, and it has to do with your intuition. So I don't feel like I'm telling you anything you don't know, but maybe it's something that needs to rise back to the surface. Tell me more. I'm not quite done with that. Because I feel like this is taking us somewhere. Tell me more about that. You know, the stars coming over the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, wish, dream, and then expect it to come true. You know, be ready to move like when you need to move. Like the signs will, I feel like the signs will be plentiful. Don't allow yourself to become stuck in the energy of the past, or the pain of the past, I should say. I do feel the energy of, you know, learning to love yourself, right? Really learning to love yourself. And that means understanding that you deserve opportunities, just like anybody else. But the ace says you got to move into it, right? You got to take it, you got to accept it, and then use it. Otherwise, it just kind of crumbles up and dies. All right, what was I looking at? A little bit more clarity. Interesting. Okay, well, I have the Hierophant in reverse. Card of Taurus, by the way. I have the Queen of Swords in reverse, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But then I have the Knight of Cups in the upright. The Hierophant in reverse. You know, it's your faith. You know, it's your faith. There's some questions you got to ask yourself within that energy, especially because it's a 5. You know, what areas of my life have I lost faith in? Have I lost faith in myself? Have I lost faith in my God? You know, it seems to be there a little bit. And the Queen of Swords, it's like, you know, we have the Page of Swords here. And I feel like it's like trusting yourself, trusting your voice. Because I feel like there's something, you know, your voice is important. And perhaps it's your voice you're bringing, let's just say, to the people. That will then help us. Then we move to the Knight of Cups. Well, again, every knight has their mission. This knight's mission is to bring you a cup of fulfillment. By the way, if I look deep under that, there is the Three of Cups. So I feel like it gives me a reason to celebrate. And then if I just follow the path of the Knight of Cups, it's going right to the Queen of Cups, to the Lovers, the King of Cups, and this healing over it, right? Healing over it. But with the Hierophant in reverse, I feel like you don't believe me. Like you don't believe me. You don't feel it. Like I don't feel this energy you're talking about, Sandy. Well, there's probably a reason why. And it can be because, you know, listen, let's say I'm in some toxic energy right now. Toxic people around me. And there's really nothing I can do. Like I can't leave. You know, maybe it's my home or maybe it's my job. I can't leave right this moment. So then I have to learn that in that energy, I've got to learn to be able to center myself so that, you know, because your guides are always going to help you with the next step. Your loved ones who've gone on before you, you know, they turn around and now they are your guide. So you want to believe that. You want to trust that. I get that it's hard after, you know, after you know, you go through some hard experience. It's hard to keep the faith. But I'm asking you to. I'm asking you to keep the faith. Keep the faith. Okay, I'm going to pick this up. And I'm not done. We're going to go a little bit longer. Because I just don't feel like your reading is done. I feel like it's giving us, you know, some answers. But I feel like we need more. So we're going to pick these up real quick. Dun, dun, dun. We won't forget what we already got. And I'm going to bring out the Tarot Dreams. And again, I just want to Well, we're going to look for the synchronicities for sure. But I feel like there's something else that maybe either I'm missing. Pre-shuffled, by the way. We have the Eight of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords. We have the Chariot. We have the Tower. We have Temperance again. Different deck, guys. But look already. We had the Tower, we had the Chariot, we had Temperance. We have the Magician coming under that Ten of Swords. That takes the fear away from me immediately. We have the Three of Wands. It's how I choose to look at my life, through an optimistic lens. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles. And we have the Five of Cups. Let's move this up, because I do want to fill out the block. Wrong deck. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. We have the Page of Wands. I have to look at the Page of Wands as my Fool. And then we have the Six of Cups. And we have the Two of Swords. We're going to read them on their own. On the bottom, we have the Strength card again. Seeing a lot of eights all of a sudden. Eights are about a new beginning. Allowing yourself to have a new beginning. So let's just look at this quickly. We have the Eight of Swords, which right off the bat shows us what Temperance is waiting for, right? This is a self-created energy. It's almost like a self-created prison. And because you created, only you can uncreate it. You can certainly have help in uncreating it. But you want to pay attention. You want to pay attention. You know, the Eight of Swords moves right into the Ten of Swords. And it's almost like overwhelming energy, right? This Ten of Swords, I feel like it just becomes too much. And hence why the Chariot shows up. I feel like I got to break whatever those 10 swords are. 10 swords means, you know, I just been taking other people's shit. I just been taking it. I've been taking it. And I got to stop taking it, right? If it's not serving me, then I've got to be able to let it go. And the Magician gives you that energy, gives you that permission. The Magician is the creator, right? The Magician tells you that, you know, whatever journey you're going through, and again, I feel like you are starting on the journey of wands. So, your desires, your passions, your uniqueness, by the way, creating from your uniqueness, creating from even that you have lost. You know, the Magician is a reminder that you have all the tools you need to succeed, not just in your next journey, but in this lifetime. In this lifetime. You just have to bring them to the surface. Three of Wands is the perfect energy to do that, because the Three of Wands, much like the Two, right? We had the Two where it's kind of like I'm thinking, putting it, well, I hate to even use the word thinking. It's like a plan of action, and the Three of Wands is moving into it, connected to the Chariot. So again, You know, and what's below it is the devil. And the devil talks about temptation, right? Temptation, energy that tends to tempt us to stay within it. Sometimes it's, you know, sometimes we think it's easier than making changes in our life, but it's false, right? It's just a false way of thinking. But maybe that's what the devil wants you to think at the same time. So feeling trapped when you're really not trapped. The door is wide open here, but the person has to come to that realization. And you know, for some of you, I feel like this may be talking about a Capricorn also, a Capricorn that you knew at one time. And that can go back to that lover's energy. You know, it just may be someone different because we do have the Six of Cups. And, you know, the Six of Cups is, it's a time period when you know, it's happy memories, it's melancholy, it's reminiscing of happier times. This can be location, though, also. You know, a period, like a place where I felt calm within myself. But then the Two of Swords kind of puts a on that, like an uncertainty in that, almost like a block to it. Quite interesting. Let's figure out why. Scorpio, you're probably going to have the longest reading. I think the majority of you don't mind. Let's bring out the Cosmic Tarot. And let's just lightly go over this spread. So, you have two Aces of Pentacles coming to you. You have the Knight of Cups, whose job is to bring you that cup. You have that coming to you. You have the Ace of Swords. That can be truth. That can be your voice. I feel like whatever this Tower has stood for, because again, it's coming under the Hangman, so I really don't feel that. First of all, this tower I can recover from. The tower is still standing. It's made out of gold. That tells me that it started with a strong foundation, whether it just be your life, period, your spirituality, whatever it is. It's like, I can withstand the towers. You know, the Hangman's looking right at that tower. You know, I feel like if you're faced with any situations, don't allow fear to take over where then there's no action, right? Because the Eight of Swords, I kind of want to hide from the world, but I don't know that you have the luxury of that. We have the Five of Swords. Okay. So why did I create that wall? Well, other people. Other people's toxicity, other people's opinions of me. In the Five of Swords, you kind of feel trapped, but you're not trapped. But it feels that way. If you look at this image, right, he's laying there like he can't move. Like the swords are pinning him down, but the swords aren't even touching them. They're just around him. He's taken that position. And because of that, I've created the Eight of Swords now. I've created this barrier around me. I don't like how it goes from the 5 to the 10 with the Eight of Swords in the middle. I hope that's going to change. Look at this, the Hangman again. I think this is the third time we've seen the Hangman. Right over that 10 of Swords. We have the Ace of Wands. So now you've had all the aces except for the Ace of Cups, but you have the Knight bringing in a cup. This is action. I'm in Hangman no more. It's time for action. It's time for movement. It's time for inspiration. Ace of Wands is a beautiful ace to bring in inspiration and passion and desire and true signs, touching temperance. So You know, I get this all the time in my readings, but I guess I'll always get them until we all get to a certain place, because it's so clear how I feel trapped due to other people, but also because I've hung in there too long in this energy. You know, the hangman over and over again. It's time to let those 10 swords now go, to let them drop out, right? Because something new wants to open up, and you've been given the opportunity of the Chariot now twice. The Chariot to me is again a reward, and it's probably a reward for freeing yourself. Again, 5, freeing yourself. We have the Prince of Cups coming over the Tower, and the Hangman. You know, maybe not everybody loved you perfectly, but you still have to learn how to love yourself, right? Look at this, 4 of Wands. We saw that at the bottom of the deck in our last spread, and then we have the Tower. You know, here's what I feel. When you see the 10 of Swords and then you see the Tower connected, I'm almost hoping for the Tower. I'm almost hoping for the Tower to come in and clear all these swords away for me. You know, I almost want the universe to do it. But the universe is saying, well, I'm bringing this over the Magician, so you have an important role in this, right? It's like freeing yourself. And for some of you, definitely talking about love, because you have the 4 of Wands here, which is the commitment card. I don't think this is of the past, though I feel like a commitment of the past probably did not go well, maybe more than one. Maybe every one I've been in. But if I've been in the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the 10 of Swords energy, then that's kind of what I'm also putting out to the universe, right? It's kind of like what's going to come back to me. So, I almost want the Tower to happen. We have the Star again, coming over the 3 of Wands, and the Chariot, the Star, again, your dreams, your hopes, and your wishes. You know, sometimes hard things happen, and you think, oh man, that sucks, that's it, like, give up, and this and that. But then something, you know, it's like then the Tower happens, but then something new opens up that you start to see, like, okay, well, if all these swords energy stayed with me, then bringing in the energy of my dreams is very hard, because it's like, again, like you're putting the energy out into the universe of, what's the word I'm looking for, of like restriction almost. But yet I still want my dreams to come true. So you've got to be very proactive here, right? I've got to really see, like, you know, if I want something to come true, listen, first of all, I feel like what it's saying is you can have, your dreams can come true, but you've got to be active in this process. It's almost like Temperance is saying, I am not going to go forward until you become active in this process. Part of that is all these swords have to find a way to go away, because they don't feel like they belong in your future. You know, your future looks very optimistic, even though I may feel at this moment, it's like all these retrogrades that we've been through, right? We had, what, 5, 6 planets that were in retrograde. Mercury, Saturn, I believe, Jupiter, I believe. Anyway, you had all these planets in retrograde. And I don't know about you, but I definitely felt that. I felt it. I felt it in restriction. I felt it within, like, in my own health, tiredness, all that. nothing seems to go right? And then all of a sudden, boom, things start to change. Like the planets go direct. So, what am I saying here? It's almost like I gotta be able to swing with the changes, right? And don't fear the change so much. We have the High Priestess again, coming over the Ace of Swords. You know, trust your intuition. That's the bottom line. Trust your intuition. And then look at this. We have the Two of Cups. The Four of Wands and the Two of Cups is now connected. Four of Wands is that commitment card. It's a marriage card. It's the Lover's card. It is two people who couldn't imagine not being together. The Two of Cups puts them at the soulmate level, by the way. And then the Three of Pentacles underneath that makes me feel like a couple things. You know, sometimes your struggles become your beauty. And I don't even know what I mean by that, but I feel like it's like your soulmate would know what I mean by that. Like your struggles and like your, you know, worn and torn and all that, I feel like they find quite beautiful. Quite beautiful. Even in, you know, like how you've gotten up, how you've dusted yourself off, even if it's taken time, you know, I feel like they see that. They appreciate that. Some of you, you know, I feel this all the time when you really get moving into your own creativity. I feel like it opens the door wide open to soulmate energy. Whether I collaborate with these soulmates or whether I'm falling in love with someone, it's definitely bringing that type of energy into my life. It just, you know, if we look at the bottom compared to the top, it looks like night and day, right? Night and day. I feel like some of you, you do miss, you miss someone who has crossed over. I do feel like you miss them, but I feel like you should be talking. Talk to them, like be open. And I feel like you are, but then feel, like I feel like feel their love, feel their direction. We have the Princess of Wands. And then we have the Hermit, card of Virgo, coming over the Devil. So, you know, we can look at the Devil, and I know Capricorn, you know, I hate saying this all the time, but, you know, I do feel in the energy of the Devil, many times it's what brings us down to our knees, pulls us through, you know, takes us into the dark night of the soul. But the Hermit over that gives you the light of beacon, right? If you are searching for the light, you will find it. The Hermit is about the wisdom, the collective wisdom you have gained in this lifetime. I often feel the Hermit ultimately becomes like the master teacher, you know, guiding others with the beacon of light. You know, when you have the wisdom of the Hermit, you can really let go of the fear of the future, because you start to learn that you have so much more control of your life than you think, right? Sometimes we feel like life is always happening at us, and we're not. It's not up to us, but it is up to us. That's what the Magician would tell you. Okay. And look at this. We have the Ace of Swords again. So, right under the Ace of Swords. And let me backtrack a little bit, because what I was going to say is I often feel too, as we go through these challenges and we gain wisdom from them, and we no longer allow them to hold, like we no longer allow the toxicity to hold us back, the fear to hold us back, because we understand that we're not just human, we're also spirit. and always will be. And the connection that we have to above is just unbelievable. The support that we have is tremendous. And when we start living in that light, we start to, well, more and more of these aces start to come through. I really feel like for some of you, this journey has been about finding your own voice, finding what is unique to yourself, and then moving into that. The star is saying, whatever your hopes and your dreams are, the Ace of Wands gives you the opportunity to move into it, right? But it does take your steps. You know, you got the Tower on one side of the star, and you got the High Priestess on the other side of the star. You know, so this could certainly talk about, well, you know, I went after my dreams before, and boom, I got the Tower. Well, maybe that was a lesson. Before I let you go, I know, again, it's going to be long. We have Temperance again, and I'm just going right across the middle. A lot of Sagittarius energy showing up, by the way. Princess of Cups. We had the Knight of Cups. Knight promises it's going to bring you something in. It's bringing you in a cup of fulfillment. The Princess of Cups is the one who receives that cup. Completely unexpected to her. Though I feel like in her, you know, like her intuition kind of knew it, right? She kind of felt it. Like something is in the atmosphere. I feel something coming towards me. I feel change coming towards me. We have the Ten of Swords. How interesting. It feels like for every good card, we get a hard card. And then we have the Six of Cups. Wow. I feel like some of you may be hearing from someone of the past. This person of the past may have, you know, may have done, especially with all those retrogrades. Retrogrades definitely bring people out of the woodwork. What was I going to say though? I have to say that I feel like this is somebody where you did suffer a tower or difficult energy with. I do feel like you're going to hear from them again though. It's interesting as I have the Six of Cups over here with the Two of Swords, Six of Cups over here with the High Priestess. So here, the Two of Swords, I'm kind of putting a block on it. Oh, I'm not sure what to do. I don't know whether to move forward. I don't know what to do. The High Priestess would be the opposite of that. It's like, now that you know that you've been through those 10 swords and you survived them and you've become stronger because of them, and you understand them. You understand what has been toxic, and because of that toxicity, what has held you back. You know, I don't know that I can get to the energy of the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups if I still have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords and the Ten of Swords here. However, in the same breath, I do want to say that I feel like someone is just going to be, is just saying to you, like, you know, that those broken little pieces in you, I feel like touches their very soul. Okay, I feel like whatever you're dealing with this month, though it does feel difficult, definitely I feel like you're going to be able to overcome, not just overcome, but I feel like even if there's a period of feels restrictive, I feel like ultimately it just feels like everything is working out as it was meant to, as it's supposed to. Again, you know, maybe these aces, we have all kinds of aces, are coming in to help you in your physical world. This is the time to really be present, right? I need to be present, especially if I'm stuck in a situation that I'm not sure what to do. I need to get out of my fear factor and talk to my guides, talk to God, send me the signs. Send me the signs. And then learn to center yourself even in the midst of the chaos, and you will see the signs, and the signs are going to help move you forward. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. Who knows how long this reading's been, but we definitely want to read Mother Mary. Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. All right, let's see. You drew this card because it concerns about what is happening in your household. Mother Mary is letting you know that God is watching over you and sending you divine guidance as how you can improve your home life. Expect a positive change in your current situation, especially as you allow more love to reside within the home of your heart and mind. Your home life affects your happiness, relationships, and even your health. So it's essential to take action steps to bring about a peaceful, safe, and happy environment. Yet, change can be threatening because of fears of the unknown, even if it's a positive adjustment. If you find yourself resisting making a change for the better, call upon Mother Mary and the angels for encouragement, signs, and guidance. Trust these messages and follow them home. Beautiful. Amen. So, it's a very mixed bag in this reading. There's a lot of heavy sword energy. But listen, they all were coming in the beginning of the readings, right? In the beginning of the readings. I feel like this, like, follow your signs out of that energy and put on your optimistic lens, and keep your hopes and your dreams active, right? Even if you don't know how. Think of the Princess of Cups. She has no clue that this cup is about to reach her. She has no clue. She has no clue that it's about to change her life, but she can kind of feel that it's coming. The Hermit is a great example of the wisdom that we've gained through all of these lessons. I feel like, Scorpio, you have been hit left and right. But just think about it. When you're in the worst it can be, there's only one place you can go, and that's up. So, rolling with the changes, talking to your guides, talking to God about what it is that you feel that you need, because I feel like your guides are responding. I feel like your prayers are being answered, but you need to have the awareness so that you can follow those signs. Just like Mother Mary said, follow those signs home. I love you guys. I hope all of the heaviness leaves, and I hope you are left with a lightness and a love and a joy within you and within your home. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.